Angel Stadium, and Shohei Ohtani leads the Halos onto the field.
Yeah, you need Shohei Ohtani to be able to bounce back game. He's been really, really good on starts after the Angels have lost games, so it's good to have Shohei back on the bump. My go-tos for Shohei to have a great game against a team he has never faced before on the mound is dominate with his fastball. His fastball has been very, very good. 33 strikeouts with his four-seam, two-seam combination, then use that splitter more frequently to get a lot of swing and misses. 36.1% whiff percentage, but hasn't used it as much this season.
Shohei, by the way, 5-1 at 2.55 ERA in the 9 games he has pitched following an Angels loss. As Gooby said, he's been very good. A stopper, that's what you want from the ace of your staff, which he certainly is. And here's the Dodger lineup, a team that hasn't hit fastballs very well this year. Weighted runs created plus tells you the story for the Dodgers at the top of the order. A lot of offense between Betts, who's playing shortstop tonight, Freddie Freeman and Will Smith. It tapers off from there. The Dodgers managed only 2 runs last night, but still won as they took the opener of the Freeway Series 2-0 against the Angels. That was behind Kershaw last night. It'll be somebody else for the Dodgers tonight.
And the Angels defense behind Shohei Ohtani, brought to you by Easton and Easton. Brandon Drury has been outstanding at second base this season. 989 fielding percentage, 29 double plays turned. Coming into the season, a 982 career fielder at second base. He's been outstanding. Velasquez at short, Rengifo third, Jared Wallace back at first base. Wallach behind the plate. Ward, Trout, and Mickey Moniak out in right field, who's been outstanding no matter where he's played. But Brandon Drury has been outstanding at second base for the Angels.
Shohei Ohtani on the mound tonight, facing the Dodgers, pitching here at Angel Stadium. First time that he has faced the Dodgers as a pitcher in his big league career. And once again, houses divided here tonight. And some Dodger fans make the trip. Plenty of Angels fans here at Well and expecting a sellout crowd here tonight.
And our Hyundai key for the game today, going queen today. The show must go on. Here, Shohei first start against the Dodgers. The need to be able to get this split of a 2-game set against a crosstown rival. Be successful going over to Colorado. The show must go on.
The Angels have played very well over the years against the Rockies in interleague play. 14-4 all-time at Coors Field. So 3 games there this weekend. But first things first, the Dodgers, the Freeway Series, and Game 2 as Mookie Betts strides to the plate to face Shohei Ohtani tonight. Betts has faced Shohei once in his career. Back when he was with the Red Sox, hit a home run against him in his only plate appearance. Game 2 of the Freeway Series underway. A first pitch sweeper and a swinging strike from Mookie Betts.
From a guy that doesn't swing at the first pitch a whole lot. He was anticipating first pitch fastball. Shohei throws a sweeper. The unpredictable Shohei Ohtani.
Sweeper's been an interesting pitch for Shohei this year because it hasn't been hit much, but sometimes it's been hit hard. There's a sweeper that's hit well toward right center field, but Mike Trout is there. Mookie Betts flies out to start the game.
Always important to keep Mookie Betts off the bases. Such a great player, both swinging the bat and running the bases. Reed Detmers did an outstanding job against him last night.
Detmers struck him out 3 times. Reed Detmers was really fabulous yesterday. 7 shutout innings, 8 strikeouts. It's been a good stretch for Angel starters. 6 straight games they've allowed 2 runs or fewer. Freddie Freeman takes strike 1. Freeman had a hit yesterday. 3 more. He'll have 2,000 in his major league career. Only a handful of active players have reached 2,000 hits.
Using his cutter early on in the game. He's used a sweeper, 4-seam fastball, now cutter.
There's the others in that 2,000 hit club that are still playing, including Miguel Cabrera in the 3,000 hit club. 2 balls, 1 strike on Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, you feel he's going to be in that 3,000 hit club before his career is over. Been very, very durable.
He's still pretty young. He's got a shot. Certainly in the midst of a long contract with the Dodgers that he signed before last year, leaving Atlanta. Got a couple of long contracts now. He had one with the Braves before That was an 8-year deal. Now this one with the Dodgers, 6 years, $162 million in the second season. Full count. And Shohei buried that fastball, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes on Freddie Freeman.
And he wanted to throw that four-seam fastball in the outside corner. Just pulled across his body, needs that balance over the pitching rubber.
Swing and a miss. The major league home run leader just struck out one of the best hitters in baseball.
That's still amazing. Every time you say that one, Wayne, incredible. 24 home runs at the plate. Picks up his 106th strikeout for one of the best hitters in the game. That was on a cutter. He's had some strikeouts this season. Coming into this season, he only had 2 strikeouts versus his cutter. That's now his 5th strikeout of the season with that pitch.
2 up, 2 down. Will Smith, the batter. He's been hitting well lately. Swings through that first pitch fastball. Smith had 2 hits and an RBI last night. He's reached base safely in 17 of his last 31 plate appearances. And Ohtani's ahead of him. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Shohei blows the fastball by Will Smith. It's back-to-back strikeouts to end a 1-2-3 top of the first. Shohei Ohtani dominating with the fastball early.
So a swing out of the zone for a strikeout, a swing and miss in zone for Shohei.
David Peralta leads off the top of the second. A first pitch cutter from Shohei. Peralta, then J.D. Martinez and Jason Hayward, all veterans, due up here in the second. For the Dodgers, Peralta, a longtime Diamondback.
Got some life on his four-seam fastball. We say that when you're in the dugout, you hear that giddy up, and that fastball just riding up in the upper part of the strike zone at 97 for Shohei.
He looked pretty good his last start against the Texas Rangers, went toe-to-toe with Nathan Eovaldi in a game the Angels won to finish off a series victory. He said his body felt better on the mound. He was able to work through it a little bit more.
His balance was great in that last game after he got through that first inning. Boy, his cutter today almost is reacting as if it's a slider.
Only he really knows what he's throwing at
Yes.
this point. We try to guess, and we know some of them. Peralta, it's a ground ball. Jared Walsh with a nice pick to his right. Flips to Ohtani, beats Peralta to the bag. And that's the first out of the inning.
Remember last game out there in Texas, Walsh made a couple nice plays with Shohei on the mound. It's a nice play there. Look, that baseball had a chance to be in a base hit getting through that hole, but Jared Walsh, a very good fielding first baseman, makes the play and then leads Shohei to beat Peralta going down the line. Now Porter giving Shohei a little bit of a breather going back to the mound, make sure everything's okay, especially when you step on that base and then turn quickly like he did to avoid the base runner.
And he stepped on the base with his left foot. It was not the right foot, the one that's the closest to the base. He kind of reached across his body to step on it with his left foot in that stride.
Yeah, because he was kind of off a little bit as far as his footing, and then you see that turn of his right ankle as he got by the base.
And Shohei just wanted a moment to gather himself again, and seems to be okay now as J.D. Martinez bats. Martinez has had a good year from a power standpoint. 16 home runs for J.D. Martinez.
Remember, he saw a lot of fastballs from Detmer, especially upstairs last night, to get some swing and misses.
There's a sweeper that lands over the outside corner, called it a cutter.
That was nasty on that one. You can't throw a pitch any better than that or place it any better in the strike zone.
Martinez fooled by all of it. No balls and 2 strikes as Shohei gets ahead in the count. Swing and a miss. Fastball 99 over the outside corner. No chance even for a very good hitter like J.D. Martinez. Ohtani has his third strikeout.
Yeah, second with his four-seam fastball. 99-mile-an-hour fastball from Shohei. Well, you don't have a whole lot of time to react on that one, especially when you know the scouting reports. He throws his sweeper a lot. He's thrown his fastball a lot more over the last few games.
Jason Hayward, the batter, as he takes ball one.
I like seeing that first pitch curveball too from Shohei at 73.
Hayward, a bit of a resurgent year offensively for the Dodgers, at least compared to how things have been for him with the Cubs. He wasn't really hitting at all. Cubs didn't even play him in the second half of last year and intended to release him, which they did.
It came down to great friends with Freddie Freeman from their days in Atlanta. Freddie Freeman went to bat for Jason Hayward to give him a chance to be able to put on that Dodger uniform and see if he could get back to where he was in the past. You know how great he is defensively.
He's won multiple Gold Gloves, 2-1, as Hayward fouls it off his foot. I was in the Southern League when Freddie Freeman and Jason Hayward were together as Mississippi Braves. They were unbelievable as 20-year-olds in the Southern League. It was easy to see that they would be tremendous major leaguers. Freeman's been a better one than Hayward, but Hayward's had a pretty good career too. Hayward homered in his first major league at bat on opening day in Atlanta, and I don't think this city's been the same since. Rolls that one just foul down the line.
So a couple 99-mile-an-hour fastballs in this inning for Shohei. The strikeout last inning at 98 against Will Smith.
Shohei has 3 strikeouts in the early going. Freeman, Smith, Martinez. So basically, if you're an all-star caliber hitter, you have struck out so far tonight, with the exception of Mookie Betts. 2-2 on Hayward. It's a little bouncer. Ohtani can't reach it. Walsh does. Flips it, not in time. Hayward has an infield hit.
That cutter got in on him there enough. And once that baseball got by Shohei, it was an outstanding fielding pitcher. There's no chance. Hayward still runs well enough. So Shohei covering the bag a couple times in this inning alone.
So an infield hit for Hayward, the first Dodger hit tonight. The batter, Miguel Vargas. Vargas just 1 hit in his last 31 at bats. His average has sunk to 203 as he looks at a strike at the top of the zone from Shohei. Similar spot, but that time didn't get the call.
Splitter, though, not a bad one for him, even though it was upstairs. He's been throwing a few of those splitters of late that have not been close to the zone. Glad he used that one. I think it's something he needs to use a little bit more again.
No one's in there. A fastball at the bottom of the zone.
So you would think if he feels good with his splitter right now, because he threw that fastball the lower part of the strike zone, he can get a swing and chase out of the zone if it starts at that same plane.
Vargas swings through the fastball. Shohei's had a good heater early on. He has struck out 4 in the first 2 innings.
It's unbelievable, that fastball for him, Wayne, so far on the mound, and then the numbers he puts. Opponent's batting average 139, opponent's OPS 490. But you know, look what he does against fastballs when he crushes the baseball. Exit velocity so far, incredible what he's done with his fastball so far today. 98 gets Will Smith. J.D. Martinez at 99-mile-an-hour fastball. And then right there, like it's on that fastball away at 99. So fastball has been excellent for Shohei.
Well, they have that simulator in the clubhouse area where you can basically face a holograph of any pitcher. Well, why can't Shohei get in there and face himself? That's what I want to see. Who would win the Shohei versus Shohei battle? The only way to do it is with the holograph.
Yes.
James Outman leads off the third and swings through the first two pitches. We'll run it by Ippei. If anybody can make it happen,
yeah,
it's
so.
Ippei.
Outman calling a timeout.
Outman, then Michael Busch, the two young Dodgers. There's Ippei. That's in there. Strike three called. Boy, Outman looked like he had nothing going on right there. Shohei just completely overmatched him.
The important thing, that was a splitter. That had some serious drop to it. Love seeing that pitch being thrown by Shohei here tonight.
That's 5 strikeouts already. Michael Busch, the batter. Well, Shohei only had 3 strikeouts in his last start. He has had as many as 13 in an outing this year, tying his career high against the Cardinals on May 3rd. Busch had the go-ahead hit yesterday on a bad hop. It's not something you see in big league ballparks really hardly at all. Busch trying to bunt against the shift, and it's a foul ball down the line, but it happens still in baseball where a ball is hit. Looks like it's going to be an easy out, and all of a sudden it just bounces over an infielder's head. That's what happened to Kevin Padlo last night, giving the Dodgers a 1-0 lead in the 8th inning.
Well, that's some life and movement on his four-seamer tonight.
He has been pinpoint. 35 pitches thrown, 27 strikes for Shohei Ohtani so far. Swing and a miss. Michael Busch gets blown away with 100.
That was all about the Benjamin on that one. Boy, that balance, and he is getting that fastball and throwing it a lot today. His balance, and he's driving towards the plate at 100 miles an hour. You see how fast and how quick you got to react as a hitter to try to catch up to that, especially when you know he's got all those other pitches.
Mookie Betts could not hold his swing. It's a strike.
By the way, how did Shohei catch that throw back?
Was he not looking at it?
No, and he still caught it. He was looking down. He was appealing to first base. He's looking the other way, and then boom, he got it somehow.
There's a looper to right center field off the bat of Betts. Mickey Moniak's there. Shohei Ohtani through 3 innings has struck out 6. Yet to score a run in this series. And yet they've had 2 men thrown out at home. Shohei Ohtani takes the mound here in the 4th against Freddie Freeman, who struck out his first time.
Thing is, too, though, Shohei Ohtani was on deck. And with Peralta's throwing arm, and he's an excellent fielder out in left field. We talked about him, and that baseball got by him by Rengifo.
And another Gold Glove winner, Peralta, on this Dodger roster. Freeman hits one to deep left center field. Trout's going to go all the way back, and this one is long gone. Freddie Freeman has given the Dodgers a 1-0 lead with an opposite field home run.
That power going the other way. Launch angle 30 degrees. When you have that launch angle and that extra velocity, it generally means a home run. And that's where his power is. He has a lot of power to left center. Goes from a potential run scored to a 0, and then they get the lead right like at the Dodgers on that home run by Freddie Freeman.
He is now 2 hits away from 2,000 in his career.
It's a cutter that stayed flat. Stayed on it, didn't try to pull it. See how he kept his head down and kept that front shoulder in, and he had pretty good launch angle on that one.
He is some player, Freddie Freeman, hitting his 14th home run of the year. He leads the majors in doubles as well. And the Dodger faithful making some noise here at Angel Stadium as they have taken the early lead. A strike to Will Smith makes it 1-2. Shohei with 6 strikeouts against the first 9 batters that he faced. He gives up the home run to Freeman. 12th homer allowed by Shohei this year.
This Dodger team definitely is one of those teams that live for the home run ball. That's where they score a majority of their runs. Been in there 116 home runs, now making 117 in the season. The Angels with 108.
Both of these teams hit a lot of homers. The Dodgers, about half their runs this year have come on home runs. Smith on a check swing, went around, strike 3. And Ohtani bounces back with his 7th strikeout tonight. Febreze fresh stats says Shohei Ohtani's strikeouts have largely come on the sweeper or the fastball.
Yeah, you see that big increase as far as the 4-seam fastball splitter, way down 30%. Last season is 8% this year. Curveball, a little bit of a difference there. The other pitch, the same thing, but a big thing was the sweeper.
That home run by Freeman broke a string of 4 straight games in which the Dodgers had not homered. It's the longest streak they've had without a home run since 2016. Peralta with the bouncer. Shohei snags it and retires Peralta for the second out.
Walsh had to wait there because that sunshine going right through the part of the stadium was right in his eye, and Shohei had to wait a little bit before he flipped it over there to first base, fielding his position on that one.
A couple of outs after the Freeman homer. Now JD Martinez. Martinez struck out his first time. Struck out a couple of times yesterday as well. Former member of the Boston Red Sox, won a World Series against the Dodgers back in 2018. He cranks this one to the left field corner. JD Martinez has racked up the homers and doubles this year, adds a 2-base hit here in the 4th.
Another cutter. Kind of stayed on that inner half, and he brought the barrel of the bat and lines it into the corner for a double. His 19th double. See how it spins back on that inside part of the plate, becomes a hittable pitch. Batter's hitting 290 versus his cutter coming into the game. Now with 3 home runs allowed, and the one that Freddie Freeman hit out.
Here's Hayward. Infield hit his last time. Two hits in the inning, a home run and a double. It's been the second time through the order where Ohtani's had more hits allowed this year. For whatever reason, the first time through the order he's nearly unhittable. Same for the third time, but then middle at bat has caused him more issues than the others.
Jumped up about 100, nearly 100, well, a little over 160 points between the first time through the second time through.
3-0 on Hayward. Why would that be?
It's surprising too, because I mean he's not predictable. I mean he changes things up throughout each game we've seen him pitch. Usually he'll have a little bit of a control issue maybe in that first inning. We had 14 walks in the first inning this season on the mound. But then that second time through when he starts getting into cruise control as far as pitches thrown. This is the thing that really jumps out. I mean, you look back throughout his career with the batting average and OPS and what he has done with runners in scoring position. Surprising for Shohei.
One at the bottom of the zone makes it a full count on Hayward. Shohei trying to get out of this inning with only 1 run allowed. The economical pitch count to this point. And that just missed. Ball 4. First walk issued by Ohtani tonight. It keeps the inning going for Miguel Vargas.
His fastball is a little bit above the strike zone. Chad Wallach tried to bring it down to present it as a strike, but it was above the zone.
Vargas struck out his first time, one of the 7 strikeouts Shohei has had so far tonight. And he's facing the Dodgers on the mound for the first time in his career. Adds a little extra layer of intrigue to this already intriguing three-way series. Both teams with virtually the same record entering tonight, both 7 games above 500, and both holding wild card positions in their respective leagues.
It's a big batter here for Shohei too, because the Angels have struggled to score in this inning. They swung the bats very well on the last road trip. They had that off day. The bats have not gotten hot. They had a couple opportunities against Kershaw last night, but so far have not scored in the freeway series.
Against a Dodger pitching staff that's really struggled lately. Essentially, this is a bullpen game for the Dodgers. Vargas flies one foul. For all the talk about Michael Grove making sense tonight for Dave Roberts, well, he hasn't used him yet, and he has Yency Almonte warming up in the bullpen. So I don't know if it was a bait and switch or what. I mean, Grove went so far as to go out there and loosen up before the game.
He was long tossing, getting ready to pitch in this game. I can't imagine him coming in now.
Vargas pops one up again. This one will reach the seats as well. I mean, that's, sometimes managers will say things and try to get some kind of strategic advantage over the other team, and wonder if Michael Grove was used in that manner tonight by Dave Roberts, just as someone who is kind of a dummy pitcher in a sense.
Tell you what, Shohei's got to make a quick adjustment. He got away with that last breaking ball he just threw.
He's ahead of Vargas. And that one fouled back as well.
That one too. This is the time right now, I think, perfect time for that sweeper off the outside corner.
Swing and a miss. There's the sweeper. Vargas chased. Ohtani's 8th strikeout ends the top of the 4th.
Last inning was his best sweeper of the game.
James Outman swings the first pitch and fouls it off. The trade deadline is starting to at least become a part of the picture. Moving on here, August 1st is the trade deadline this year. Got to get through the All-Star break first to really get into trade season. It was funny to hear Perry Manassian yesterday asked about the trade deadline and Shohei's status, and he said basically, well, look at the standings. Why are you even asking?
Still can't quite understand why that is still a conversation.
Jared Walsh, a nice pick, feeds Ohtani for the out at first.
A nice play by Walsh and a good feed over to Shohei Ohtani. A quick line, straight line to the base. Shohei had to cross over the base right into the line without him going down the line. Usually try to get that corner and go back into play. But remember earlier in the day when he did that, kind of turned that right ankle a bit. But the polite one said, everything's cool, Outman.
He didn't say you're out, man.
No, we did.
Here the Angels very much in the thick of a playoff race. That's just the wild card. They're still within striking distance too in the American League West. You see those 5 teams jockeying for position in the wild card right now.
Getting oh so close to that halfway point though.
Yeah, next Tuesday is actually the 81st game for the Angels. The second game of their series next week against the White Sox will be the exact halfway point of the season. So getting to halfway, getting to the All-Star break. There's another good cutter, and Ohtani ahead, 1 ball 2 strikes on Michael Busch. Really about a month from now, teams will look up, see where they are in the standings, and decide whether to be buyers or sellers. And the Angels very much in the thick of a playoff race right now, fully expecting to be moving forward. As Busch, it's a bouncer up the middle, cut off by sliding Velasquez. His throw in time to get Busch.
It's a real nice play. Quick on the transfer, a lot on the throw for Velasquez. That's going to be a tough backhand throw for Jordan. He's giving him a high five there too, because where he's situated in the infield, it's going to be a tough one. He's got to plant and make a quick throw, and Busch gets down the line quickly. Good firm throw, gets him by half a step.
2 up, 2 down. Here's Mookie Betts, 3rd time through the order now. And Betts lines a base hit to right.
Well, he's been a lot more aggressive than we've seen on the first pitch in a long time for Betts. But when you're facing Shohei, that might be your best shot. And that was a sinker that was more of the plate.
Here's Freeman. He's responsible for the only run so far tonight. A home run to the opposite field last inning. His 14th home run this year.
Freeman is always aggressive first pitch. Very different than Mookie Betts, although Mookie Betts has swung at the first pitch quite a bit tonight. Very good base stealer, although only 5 stolen bases and been caught twice. Wallach has thrown out 17% of base stealers. That's a pretty good lead he's got going.
Huge lead for Mookie Betts at first. Freeman, it's a bouncer right back to the mound. Shohei fields it, flips it to Walsh, and he's through the 5th. The Dodgers still up 1-0.
Kershaw more home runs than Mookie Betts. You're talking about 2 of the best players in the game and 2 future Hall of Famers. Then you throw in Freddie Freeman in there too as far as WAR this season for Tanya Gonsolin. Was in the All-Star game last year.
Speaking of All-Star games, it was 40 years since Fred Lynn hit the only grand slam in All-Star game history. Hit it in the 1983 All-Star game at Comiskey Park.
Against Atlee Hatmaker.
Yes, it was. Fred Lynn is here tonight.
Yes, he is.
Some Angel royalty here tonight. Fred Lynn, Doug DeCinces, and Bobby Grich are all here watching this game.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're all, boy, they were tough. Look at that. Very, very good players, great careers, great hitters, outstanding defense.
Will Smith leads off in the top of the 6th inning. And struck out both times up. Shohei Ohtani with 71 pitches into the 6th. He's kept his pitch count relatively low so far.
Shohei has an assortment of pitches that get back into account, especially against a dangerous, powerful hitter like Will Smith here.
Three balls and no strikes. Shohei's control has been pretty good tonight. He's walked only 1. It was Hayward in the 4th. Throwing more fastballs and cutters. That sweeper, the pitch he has thrown the most this year. He's not thrown all that many tonight. Pumps in a strike.
His fastball velocity down a little bit so far in this inning. And that one right there, just trying to make sure you throw a strike. 93, 94, not at 89.
3 balls, 1 strike on Will Smith. That fastball misses. Also not as much velocity there. 92 on that ball 4 to Will Smith. All-Star voting is now open. The 2023 Scott's MLB All-Star ballot. Vote daily at MLB.com/vote to decide who represents your Angels this summer. Phase 1 balloting ends tomorrow. Remember, they now do that second phase of voting where the finalists are then put into a pot and you have to re-vote. I don't know why they do that. Some kind of if you have the voting and the guys win, let's just send them to the All-Star game.
Exactly.
It's really not that complicated, but there's going to be a second phase of voting that will include all the people that won the first time. David Peralta batting here in the 6th after a leadoff walk. Phase 1 will suggest 2 Angels will be starting the All-Star game. Shohei, you know, poor Brandon Belt, he's going to have to go into phase 2 of All-Star voting up against Shohei as the DH. Mike Trout will be as part of the outfield group. Ball 2 strikes on Peralta. So make sure you vote once the second phase starts so that Trout and Ohtani actually do get in. Shohei, I think, will be okay. I'm sure Trout will as well. They'll head to Seattle soon. There's strike 3 call. David Peralta goes down looking. He's the 9th strikeout victim for Shohei tonight. Didn't like that call.
That's on the upper part of the strike zone. He threw a splitter the one before. Then he paints the upper quadrant of the strike zone at 97. Quite a few strikeouts today with his fastball for Shohei. 5 strikeouts with his 4-seam fastball tonight.
Ten strikeout games against the Dodgers in Angels history. Just a handful of times it's happened. John Lackey did it twice. Garrett Richards has the most strikeouts in a game by an Angel against the Dodgers with 11. Shohei's at 9. And he's got 2 strikes on JD Martinez.
They've been pretty good as far as running a fastball above the strike zone to get swing and misses against him in this series. Got a couple hits on breaking balls. 0-2 on Detmers and a cutter. Second at bat against Shohei.
There's the sweeper grounded foul. Told you the sweeper has been thrown less by Shohei tonight than usual. Trying to sweep that one by JD Martinez.
As much as he liked that strikeout, you would love that ground ball double play here to keep that pitch count under control. At 82 right now.
Line foul down the third base line.
Still pretty good on fastballs that are in the lower part of the strike zone or middle. A tougher time with that fastball up.
Martinez doubled his last time. Ohtani's given up just 4 hits in 5 1/3 innings. There's one over the head of Martinez on a curveball that slipped out of Shohei's hand.
I do like the thought process with that curveball, but it slips out, isn't thrown a line. He's only thrown a few of them. I'm going to go straight over the top with that curveball. It slips out of his hand.
Martinez battling. That's 85 pitches now thrown by Shohei. You need to be fairly economical here to get out of this inning and get one more. One and 2 again to JD Martinez. And it's fouled off again.
He's pretty much timed all his pitches in this at bat now.
Martinez struck out on a fastball in the second inning that was right over the edge of the outside corner. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat, coming up from Ohtani to Martinez. Shohei looking for strikeout number 10, and there it is to JD Martinez. 10 strikeouts for Shohei.
That was a splitter. This drops enough and runs off the inside part of the plate after some tough fastballs. You see the grip. It's not going to be a lot of spin on a splitter. But even if he makes contact on that one, he's going to pull it foul. But that changed the speed on that one, too, from 86 from 98, 99 on his fastball.
There's Hayward getting a timeout called. I don't know that that's going to be charged to Hayward. I think it had more to do with the pitch timer not moving the right way. Hayward is the only man that Shohei had walked until Will Smith walked to start this inning. So 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, and 5 2/3 for Shohei. Only 1 run allowed. He's on the losing end right now as the Angels haven't scored. It's still 1-0.
Shohei will lead off the bottom of the inning.
Hayward breaks his bat and still gets a base hit to right. Will Smith advances to second, and the Dodgers have 2 on with Miguel Vargas coming up.
Hayward on base all 3 times. He had an infield hit, a broken bat hit, and a walk. And there's not a lot left of that bat.
Vargas 1 for his last 33. He's 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. Shohei has punched out 10. He had 89 pitches.
Trying to get some stretching down in the bullpen.
Wave and a miss. Vargas couldn't connect on the sweeper. Shohei has had, since the beginning of last year, 15 10 strikeout games, 5 this season. It's the most in the majors over the last 2 seasons. Swing and a miss as Vargas is behind again, 0-2. Shohei with 10 strikeout games last year led the American League. He has 5 now this season, including the 10 tonight. Trying for number 11 against Miguel Vargas. Swing and a miss. Shohei Ohtani, the spectacular one, with his 11th strikeout of the night, ties the most an Angel has ever had against the Dodgers.
And that 100-mile-an-hour fastball tells you that Shohei may be done for the night, but that one was a perfect one. Couple chases out of the strike zone. 11 punch-outs for Ohtani.
And back on the mound for the 7th. James Outman swings at the first pitch, gives it a ride to left center. Trout's on the run. He's calling for it and makes the catch. Shy of the warning track. So 1 pitch, 1 out. 93 pitches for Ohtani, who has tied an Angel record for the most strikeouts in a game against the Dodgers in 26 years of interleague play, matching what Garrett Richards did in September of 2015. He has a chance here within these next couple of outs to make it a dozen.
Watching Outman today in batting practice, he was trying to lift everything in the air. He just missed that one.
1 run so far tonight. It was on a Freeman homer in a similar spot to where Outman just hit that fly ball. Freeman's carried way out. The Dodgers have only scored 3 runs in the first 15 innings of this series. But that's been enough to win last night and lead tonight. There's a strike to Michael Busch, who had a bad hop RBI base hit in the ball game yesterday to break a scoreless tie in the 8th inning. Check swing. Looks like he went around. He did. And now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shohei's career high in strikeouts is 13. He's done it a couple of times, once this year. He's ahead in the count on Michael Busch, trying to reach a dozen tonight.
He goes back to his splitter. He's had a couple punch outs tonight on a splitter.
Got his 10th strikeout on a splitter when he struck out J.D. Martinez. He's ahead of Busch. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
There it is. That was a pretty good splitter. Just fouled it off. Barely. Good bites of that split. He's coming in the game. This 9 strikeouts versus his splitter this season, 2 tonight.
There's another one of those catcher's lane violation calls in the Padres-Giants game tonight. Another one that got a pretty experienced former big league catcher manager thrown out of a game. Bob Melvin ejected Bruce Bochy last night. Swing and a miss. There's a dozen strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani.
And another on a 4-seam fastball. That one 99 miles an hour for Shohei. After a splitter down, had to be aware of that. Boy, he is mixing and matching. He's been unpredictable in this game.
12 strikeouts. He's only allowed 1 run in 6 2/3 innings. He's been remarkable tonight. It looked like he had turned a corner in his last start against Texas. He's flied past that corner now. He's been dominant against the Dodgers. Mookie Betts with a base hit his last time. That was the 99th pitch from Ohtani. Next one will be 100. He's reached that plateau a bunch of times. 109 a few starts ago. His season high 111. That was in his 2nd start of the year. He just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Make that 2 balls, no strikes on Betts. See the strikes, just a ridiculously high number of strikes tonight. 76 out of 100. Betts with a fly ball, shallow left. Taylor Ward comes in. Velasquez is out, being called off, and Ward has it to end the inning for Shohei Ohtani. 7 innings, 12 strikeouts, 1 run, a masterful performance from Shohei tonight.